One of the key ingredients in a pumpkin ale is the actual pumpkin. We had to get 2 pie pumpkins, cut them up, and scoop out the guts after roasting them, and that's how we got the pumpkin for the pumpkin ale. Then I put together one of my recipes of a grain bill. Basically, have a bunch of grains, have a bunch of hops, and all those things go together to make the beer. So we started off by mashing the grain, which is basically like steeping it in hot water. And we did that for about an hour, and the pumpkin was included in there as well. Basically what happens in the mash process is starches get converted to sugars by enzymes because starches aren't fermentable, so we need the sugars. So we mash to convert the starches into sugars, and we're left with a liquid called wort, which is basically hot sugar water. So we drain off the wort, and then we start boiling it. The boiling process, we add hops, we add spices, some various chemicals to stabilize the beer, and essentially create the thing that is going to be the beer. After the wort boils for about an hour and a half, we take it off the burner and cool it down as quick as possible to make sure that no bacteria or other organisms can get in the beer before the fermentation process starts. It's very important to have a sterile environment, or at least a sanitary environment, before fermentation starts. So what we do is we cool down the beer as quick as possible, and then we transfer it into a sanitized container called a carboy, and then we inoculate it with yeast. The yeast do their thing for about a week. What yeast do is they eat sugars, and they create carbon dioxide and alcohol, basically turning the wort that we put into the fermenter into beer. And after a few weeks more of conditioning and fermentation, you'll have what is hopefully a good beer.
Oh man, it smells. That's what it's going to taste like.